Okay, got them sanded up. They look they look good. Better yet, they feel good because I don't want to be banging into that. And so you can see here now I got them marked 1 and 2, so that when I go to put them in, I've got the inside corners of my table marked the same way. So it's a nice fit. That's number 1. And number 2, a little tighter. Get a little more pop out of this one. But that's going to be nice. Originally what I thought I would do was cut my legs shorter and drill a hole through here. And then wherever it landed, I was going to drill a hole through the leg and then pin it. But there's really no need to do that. I'm just going to have it rest up tight to the block, and then down on this end I've got my adjusters all the way in, and so I'll just get on the floor and dial them out, lock them in, and it'll be good. I won't need to put a pin in here. And if the table ever, if it ever got shortened up, all you need to do would be to shorten the legs. Or if it got taller, then you could put spacer blocks in here, to keep it from bottoming out too soon. So I'm going to do away with that idea, and this is just going to go on just like this, a bolt through both directions though. And so I'm going to do my number 2 one first. I'm going to do this one first and see how it goes before I take that front tube off. So I'll show you that operation next. I'm going 3/4 of an inch from the bottom of the table saw extension table piece here. I'm going 3/4 up and 3/4 down from the top on this side. So I had to take into account of the thickness of the top over here. Then I also marked a center, and when I measured my piece, it was 2 1/16 inches wide, plus my piece in here is 13 16ths. So I came off of that, and that came out to 1 7/8. Made my mark here. So here's my hole going this direction, or my location for my hole going that direction, and then my one on top is up here going that way. So I've got 3/4 of an inch clearance. And I'm gonna use 1/4 inch carriage bolts. That's gonna be plenty strong enough. So that'll leave me a good portion of meat down here. I'm thinking about it right now. I'm thinking I might change that to 1 inch from the bottom, just because on the top I've got the meat of the top here supporting this out here, but I don't have anything underneath this. I'm going to change this location. I'm going to come up to 1 inch on this one. 1 inch from the bottom. Alright, so this is my whole location here. Top one. Yeah, that'll give me a little more meat on the bottom, and I got plenty up on top here. So that'll pull this both directions into the corner. And what I'm going to do is just drill through 1/4 inch bit until I feel it pop through and get into this. Actually, what I'm going to do is take this off now. Once I come through, then I'll put this back on and touch drill those 2 locations, and then go to my drill press. I'm going to have to take the tube off on the front side, but I want to get this leg on first, so that I can get rid of. I got a temporary leg out here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I've got a temporary leg clamped so that if I happen to lean on this, it doesn't fall over on me. All right, we'll get busy. there's the one location and the other. I'm going to take this to the drill press and cut and do these now. I got to make a run to the hardware store, but I did have a couple of 1/4 inch carriage bolts. This one I ground on it for some reason. I got it flattened and the head is flat, so it went into an extrusion or something. But I can use it as a locator. So if I put this in here, that's perfect. And that's perfect. Okay, so when I let go of it, it drops just a little bit, but I'll clamp it so I make sure I stay tight. I'll drive these in. And the one thing it does allow me to do is know exactly what size bolt I need. So I'm going to go to the hardware store, pick up 4 of these. They're 1/4 by 3.5. And I'll need to get, I'm going to get 4 of them. Nuts, washers, lock washers, and bolts. So when I come back, I'll have everything put together and fastened up tight. Okay, got the one side in. I've got my clamp on the other side now, pulling it tight. It was tight, but I just don't want to make sure it wasn't getting cocked on me. What I decided to do was I'm going with a fender washer, a regular washer, and then a nylock nut instead of a lock washer. This will help disperse the force over more board that way. So let me tap this one in. Where are we? There we are. And then when I'm tightening this nut, I'm not pulling it so tight that I distort the wood out here, just till I see it start to crush a little bit. I don't want to over tighten it and go bonkers on it. And I put this together as an assembly. I put my leg in at the same time, and it just barely touches the floor, so I think this one might be all right. Okay, that's getting tight. That should be, yeah, that's good. Oh my goodness. That is better than I even thought it would work out. That is so solid. Now if I kick it, it still has a little flex to it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, we'll do the other side, you know, and besides being functional, it looks pretty good too. Let me get you a better angle on that. So you can see it resting on that shoulder there. Let's see if I can get underneath here for you. So that's how she's bolted up. And then you can see the little bit of clearance I have at the top. That looks fantastic. And it worked out fantastic. Nice and strong. Alright, let me get the other one done. Okay, I can't say as I use this a lot, but I have it, and It's a nice tool. So what I've done is centered it on my table here. There we go. And then I'm just going to flush it up to the back like that. And I'm just going to put some light clamp pressure on this. I need to get some blocking under. Okay, so I'm flush to the back. I put the clamp pressure on here just enough to hold it. I don't want to crush this thing. So I've got one click on it. And now I want to locate these holes. And once I get these two bolted in, I can take the clamp off and get these others. Let me get a 1/4-inch drill bit. 5/16 does not fit. So 1/4 inch it is. I'm just going to take this, get myself a mark here. I'm glad that didn't hit my toe. All right, that's why I'm going to drill my hole right there. Just going to make sure. Yeah, that's it. Okay. What the heck? There it is. A little bit of blowout there. Okay, there's that. Now let's see if we can get this marked. Extend that bit a little bit. Clamp this one more time. All right. I keep forgetting, but one of these times it's going to remind me the hard way. Put something underneath it this time. That's much better. Okay, that's good. I'm going to tighten these down for now temporarily. Hold them in place. Put my ratchet away, I shouldn't have. Might be enough, just finger tight them. Yeah. I think I got enough room back here. Drill through that laminate and pull it off, otherwise it acts just like a washer. All right. Missing a bolt here somewhere. Well, let me find that and we'll put this thing together. Okay, that is rock solid, and I'm telling you, these legs on this thing, oh, that is spectacular. I can't be happier with that. That is just fantastic. So that's good. That's done. Next thing for me to do is to put on my sliding table, and I'm going to get to that right now. But I've been thinking about this thing. I'm trying to figure out how maybe I can improve the setup I have. So I'm going to start putting it back together and see what I come up with.